Yo, what is up? Thank you all for tuning in wherever and whenever you're watching this. We're going to go ahead and cover some exchange trading today, maybe a little bit of leverage trading, and then also some gaming. And then we're going to go over Luna as well, some things happening with Luna. I know in the past week, it's been crazy. Even the week before was crazy. So we got a lot of stuff we can cover. We're not going to go too much into the news side of things, but I am going to cover a couple articles here with Luna in it. There's a couple of main details in there that I want to share with you guys and kind of explain to you how and what had happened with it. So let's go ahead and let me share my screen with y'all. Boom, let's go. So how Terra's UST and Luna imploded, even the entire crypto market tanked. The big story deal implosion, UST and Luna. So let's go ahead and hop in. So what had happened is pretty much I've been reading a couple articles over the past week, trying to really get an understanding what had happened inside the space. So pretty much it started with Anchor protocol. So you can see, you can grab your coffee, you're going to need it. So originally kind of started, there's multiple things, but it originally started with Anchor protocol. And then, it was pretty much proposing like a 20% interest, saying like, hey, we're going to give you 20% APR, APY, whatever it was. And it was marked as, this is stable, this is exactly what's going to happen. And you can see right here, it was slowly increasing, or not increasing, decreasing. So people were like, yo, what the heck's happening? We thought this was going to be 20%. We want to stake our UST here. And you can see it would the proposal meant that Anchor's reserves, if they Anchor's reserves increased by 5%, the rate would increase, and it would also decrease by 5 if it was below. So let's go. So we can go down here. Now there was something else that happened inside there too. So UST, right? People are taking their they were taking their UST off of Anchor. Now you can see right here, over 72% of all UST in circulation was actually locked up in Anchor. Pretty much all of it, people are just in there collecting that 20% APY. You can see right here, as the 20% interest wasn't going to last, UST holders began to leave. Then you can see on May 6th, there was about 14 billion UST in Anchor. And then on Sunday, so literally what? So 3 days, there was 11.7 billion. And you can see it's a big drop. It was 2.3 billion in money to flight over the weekend. So now that they're leaving, you can see. So what had happened is the way Luna works and USD works is when you get rid of, you can see right here. So they're the burn and mint mechanism. But what happens is when they get rid of one of them, it mints the other. Now when it mints it, aka creates the coin, nobody wants to get Luna, right? Nobody's getting Luna, it's dropping. Now people are getting rid of UST, meaning it's minting Luna. And the more Luna, right, supply is going up, demand's going down. So guess what? The supply is increasing, demand's decreasing. Now nobody wants it, right? There's more of it and nobody wants it. So guess what? Price goes down. Let me see if there's anything I missed really exactly right here. Yep, blah, 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 blah. So you can see in here, since we know UST holders were only interested in the Terra's network because of Anchor, that's 20% staking. Their departures meant there was no further use for that UST, so we had a mass exit. So boom, to exit, you have two options. You can see their infamous, right? Their famous burn and mint tech mechanism, which is kind of what I just explained to you. So it lets you swap one UST for Luna, but it meaning that you can always swap $1 or one UST for $1 Luna, even if it's below 90 cents. You can see right here. But even this creates an arbitrage opportunity whenever $1 or one UST falls below $1. So you could trade 95 cents. So one UST could be 95 cents, but that's still $1 in Luna. So there was a lot of possibility in that too. So the opposite's also true. So if traded in for $1 Luna, making a small profit. The opposite is also true. If UST trades above $1, you can also swap it and burn for $1 Luna. So you could do the same thing on the flip side. Option 2 is turning to the stablecoin exchange curve, which I actually have pulled up right here. It looks like a 1995 platform, but it's awesome because you can swap stablecoins on it. So typically, whenever a stablecoin faces a minor price change, savvy arbitragers will head over to DeFi's deepest liquidity pools and Curve and trade the discounted stablecoin to whichever alternative has held its peg. For example, if DAI is trading at 99 cents, investors will buy the discounted DAI, sell it for UST, which in this hypothetical is $1 to bag a profit. Now, obviously, it's 1 cent, but if you do it on a large scale, you could potentially keep doing that over and over and over and make money. Now that buy pressure normally pushes the price of DAI back up to $1. This is true for UST too. So you can see the lay of the land. Now let's unpack what broke down so badly for UST. First, the burn and mint exit, the chart. below offers a pretty clear idea and sudden interest via the exit. The supply UST created, it was burned while the supply of Luna moved. So they're getting rid, you can see amount in the exchange, so they're getting rid of it, but that also means it's minting Luna. Kind of what we were just saying, same thing on the flip side. Boom. So you can see daily change in UST supply. So UST going down, Luna going up, because when you get rid of this, and it's this. And this wasn't a pain-free, as users were met with a variety of technical issues. Remember, Terra's blockchain network encounters gas fee for its activities, along with higher gas fees than usual. The network also limited in terms of how much UST and Luna can be burned a minute at a time. So things were slow. People couldn't only do so much at a time. You can see right here, temporary suspended. This is on May 9th. So people are like, yo, it started on the Friday. So this would have been what, May 9th? Let's see. So Friday was May 6th. So 3 days later, they're announcing, hey, we suspended this. Now people are trying to find ways around it, going into networks, things like that. Literally anything to get rid of it. So this burn and mint mechanism can also have an impact on the price of Luna. So swapping and burning UST for Luna means minting more Luna. So if you swap swapping and burning UST for Luna, so if you swap it and burn it for Luna, means you mint more Luna, right? Diluting the supply and dropping the price of its token. Additionally, the price of Luna drops whenever you swap one UST for $1 worth of Luna. You steadily need more and more Luna to hit that $1 mark, which means minting even more Luna. At a certain point, the price of Luna could drop so low that there isn't enough liquidity to provide an escape hatch for the UST coming in, but more on that in just a moment, right? So now we have the second option, which was Curve. So you go to Curve and swap, right? This was the other option to get rid of it. So you go to Curve, and here's how it looks. So UST that depegged by a little over than 2 cents over the weekend as anchored departs swooped in and began flipping UST for any other stablecoin, whether it was Tether or USDC. So eventually the specific pool that allowed for these trades, you can see right there, which also pools all the major stablecoins, became unbalanced. So meaning there was far more UST than other stablecoins. So let's pause briefly and explain what's happening when you sell UST for USDC on Curve. So if you sell UST for USD on Curve, you will add more UST to this pool and remove USDC. So right, you're putting in USD, you're putting in UST for the USDC. So you're putting in UST, but you're taking away one. So you're putting one in and taking another out. So if everybody's doing that, there's less and less and less, and it's all UST in there, and nobody wants it. So what happens when that happens is Curve will discount the price. That way it's more appealing to other people, so they want to come over there and grab it. Now, it doesn't really necessarily matter, because you got to remember that one UST is always equal to $1 Luna. So it doesn't even matter if it's at 13 cents, 10 cents. It's supposed to be equal to $1 Luna. But obviously, the farther it drops, the less people want it. And yeah, so let's keep going. But eventually, the pool will have more UST. In order to correct this, the pool begins to offer UST for a discount, right, which we just explained, in hopes of getting arbitrageurs to make the opposite trade to rebalance the pool. This is the part why we began to see a slight depegging beginning of the weekend. Curve was doing what Curve has been doing since its invention. So this is how they keep it pegged at $1, right? Once it starts dropping a little bit, they're like, okay, let's offer it for, or once it becomes imbalanced, and they're like, okay, let's offer this for cheaper, and arbitrageurs will come in here and they'll want to grab the USDC instead of UST instead of the USDC out of here, because they're trying to balance it out. So they want people to take one more than the other. So one's going to be at $1 still, the other one's going to be at 95, 98, 97 cents. The problem was the opposite trade, the one that they were hoping to rebalance the pool, wasn't happening. So people were just coming in there dumping UST, but nobody was picking up the UST for a discounted price. So you can see right here, boom. So then you have a swap for, I think this was, let's see. So at one time, one investor dumped more than 85 million UST tokens for 84.5 million USDC. You can see, boom, here it is. You can see the fee that he paid on there, right? Nuts. So that's not, I mean, stablecoins, I mean, that's roughly $84 million that they took out of there, just one time. So you can imagine how many other people were inside the space doing the same thing. But as you can see, it keeps going down. So soon, everyone on the internet was watching UST lose its peg and Luna plummet on price. What was just a 2-cent deep peg on Sunday became a whopping 32 cents. So Sunday, Monday, 2 days later, same time, $64 Luna fell half, and then everybody just keep trying to get rid of it, and they can't. And the more they get rid of it, the lower price drops. So crazy, crazy, crazy. A lot of information on that. I know I was reading off there as well. I wanted to read off there too because I didn't want to mix up any information, because saying that off script would have been a little confusing. I would probably would have got confused, and I didn't want to say it the wrong way. I just wanted to read it the right way and give you guys the right information. But let's go ahead and hop right into, let's check out CoinGecko, see what's going on inside these markets. Let's get rid of this light look because we want, let me go like this. Boom. Boom. There we go. I just like this version better. So let's go show this. Nice to see the market cap's up 3.4%. We're at 1.34 trillion. Something to keep an eye on. 1.3, 1.3 roughly. I mean, we're a little over, but I'm just gonna call it 1.3. Well, 1.34. We'll keep that in mind. Just try to keep, if you come on here consistently, it's nice to keep track of this, because I mean, I want to say like 13 days ago it was at like 1.9. So you can see it fell quite a bit, meaning guess what? Most of the coins are going to fall in price as well. A lot of money leaving the space, meaning a lot of money leaving projects, meaning they're going to be devalued. You can see obviously price has reflected on a lot of these. Finally, these 7 days on a lot of these projects, you can see we're finally getting some good looks on here. But you can see Decentraland's up by 43%, 44%. Guys, if you guys got these discounts, let's go. But you also got to keep in mind on the flip side, Bitcoin drops below this price, you got to keep in mind these prices could continue to drop. But it is nice to see, some positive inside the crypto space. You can see the whole market's obviously up 3.4%, meaning probably gonna have positive numbers, which you can see almost the whole first page is all positive except for the last one. I don't know, just can't really tell. Maybe 5, 10, no, I guess 15 maybe. But the reason why we got to be careful is because we could potentially still break through the zone. This exact level, the 28,000 right here, 28,682. Now, if it breaks below here and opens, right, obviously at one point it did break below on the more detailed chart. You can see on an hour time frame it broke below and opened, but on a daily time frame it has not, and that's really what is important here, is it has not opened below there. If it opens below there on a daily time frame, I would actually look forward to continue to move down, meaning also the crypto market could continue down in a bearish market, right? You can see we've kind of been in a steady little I guess it's been since November almost. We've really been kind of in a downward motion. It hasn't really felt like that, especially if you know what you're doing inside the crypto space. But if you don't know what you're doing, it could be really, really bad, especially if you're buying Luna. Mark yourself safe on Facebook. Hopefully nobody took any big losses. If you did, it's all right. We'll get them back. But yep, so we got Bitcoin right here. Pretty much really just depends on what happens here. Really depends on what happens in the rest of these coins. You can see a lot of them are up. Again, like you go up here, go back to the we'll go to 24 hours, see what's up. 24 hour, we'll go to here. So I mean, obviously guys, if we go to Decentraland, so we'll even just check out Decentraland. There it is. So it was actually, this might not even be exact. Where is it? There it is. So, oh damn, guess it is doing pretty well. I mean, you could have seen some good percents. You can see the percentage right here. So guys, it went all the way down to 60 cents. I mean, that's a pretty good price. I mean, at one point you were up over here around almost $6. You can still get it for about $1. I mean, I'm not saying go ahead and buy this because it's still continuing down. We have to break this this level, and then we can look to continue up. But again, guys, it really depends to what happens here with Bitcoin. You can see Bitcoin had moved up, and that's kind of why we're seeing some bearish momentum inside the market. We had Bitcoin. We'll see what Bitcoin did. So 5%, move 5% up. So obviously everything else is going to follow. Now, guys, looking at this is really important because if you want to exchange trade, you can find good areas in here to enter the market. So for example, we have CRO down at its last level of support. Now, as long as it stays above here, I mean, you could potentially look, I mean, if it breaks above here again, I mean, you could look for an entry right there. No, nothing on here I give you is financial advice. This is purely for education. You know, trading and investing involves risk. Risk means potential loss. But guys, again, this is something I'm looking for is for it to break above here, and then I'm looking to maybe accumulate more once that does that. And then also meaning also as long as Bitcoin stays above here, we should be looking at a good zone. But that's for Crow. Let's see for Dot. We'll mark up. We got Dot down here. I mean, it's down there, guys. I mean, it's below what its lowest low on here, at least on TradingView. Let's see. Let's go to here. This on my way. Scroll up. Dot. And let's go to max. See, it's all-time low, $2.70. Right now we're at, yeah, so we're not getting the whole outlook there on the market. Let's see if we can go to like this. Let's pull it up on here. Maybe I'll give us the full view, maybe not. We'll see. Let's go to like daily. There we go. Got a little more to work with here at least. So and this is important. I mean, obviously you guys could see, I mean, we weren't getting the full view. So what you really want to do is be able to get this whole move. And right here. From the bottom to this high. Oh my goodness. This definitely looks a little different than mine. So we got the 50%, 618. We got the 88, which I think is pretty much about where we're at. Let's see. Oops. Let's go with this real quick. What is it? 88.6. There we go. And literally exactly where I marked it. Kind of funny. All right, and then we also have daily. Cool. So we had that over here. Now we can see this 997. So I'm gonna actually mark it up over here. So 997, like this. Seven. Boom. We're gonna turn this to red. We're gonna do text, last level support. There. And then I don't need that other one right now. But we can see right here we're at a zone right now or level that on a daily we've broke through. Let me pull this up over here. This is Binance. Let's try this. That's better. Now we have our tools. We can do like this. So we're gonna go do a weekly. That's a lot better. Let me just mark this up really quick. So what we're doing, marking it from the bottom, right from the lowest low to the highest high on the wick. Now we can mark up these last level support. Boom. Boom. Now we're inside that zone. Then we have, right, here's our our normal zone where it normally reverses. Now you could see when it came through, had some trouble, broke through. Now on a weekly, right, it hasn't broken through. On a daily, it looks like it slightly has broken through. But on a weekly level, I mean, if we go to weekly, we can look at it a weekly view. If this weekly candle respects it, I mean, I'm expecting to continue up. Now we could, on a daily level, we could potentially come down here farther. And let me actually see this really quick. Oh, not what I wanted to do. Come back, come back. So let's put this, and we're going to use a little support and resistance, aka floors and ceilings. So we're going to go like this. Pretty much, we're just going to create the zone here. Boom. That is an accumulation zone, and we're going to change these to black. Black. Cool. So now we have this little accumulation zone. Now, the reason I'm putting this there, right? The reason I have this zone, these lines, the box there, falling in our accumulation zone. So originally we had dot right here, right? It came up, respected it. Here it was a ceiling, right? Boom. Came through. Boom. Right? Then guess what? We broke through, retested this, and if we actually want to put an exact level, we can go like this. So I will do it right about here, and you can see, right? We broke through that, retested it, and entered. So this is an accumulation zone. A lot of buyers bought in here, and you can see, boom, right, took off. Now we came back over to this level, and you can see it respected its ceiling that it broke through. So right, we broke through this, tested this, right? This was a ceiling, its current ceiling. Tested this as a floor, respected it, boom, broke through that ceiling, and then guess what? It didn't come back down and retest it here, but it eventually came down here, and now we broke through that one. But we're back here to our original zone, our level, and you can see actually right over here, which I never even, right? We based this off over here. I was pretty sure this was going to happen, but and guess what happens, guys? Came back. Would you look at that? Perfectly touch that same exact level. Are you surprised? I'm not. But guys, stuff like this happens all the time in the market. You can see literally like almost exact, right? We could technically move it down like that. That would be exact. So we might have slightly missed it, right? But almost exactly. I don't want to call it exact because we're slightly off there. But came down. Guess what? Boom, touched that. And then what was that? It was an original zone. It hasn't broke through this floor since it originally came through here, right? So it broke through it, broke through this ceiling, made it a floor, and it's been a floor since then. It's never broken below, and you can see over here, it came down, tested it. So ideally, I mean, I'm not even really concerned with this last level of support now, knowing this. This to me is the real last level of support. So if it breaks through here, I would look for it to continue down. Now, obviously, it depends on what happens with Bitcoin. What I'm going to do is put this. And where's my old dot? Where are you? Sorry, buddy. You're gone. Just like that. You're out. But the only reason I got rid of it is because I want to have the full chart view. I want to be able to go back and have the whole history. Sometimes when you add these charts here on TradingView, you won't have that. There's other websites you can use as well. This is just the one I use. I don't really know the other ones off the top of my head, unfortunately. But if you ask in the chat, I can get it for you. We got Eat Bitcoin, playing games. We got Ethereum. Oh goodness. So let me go to a weekly. So our weekly zone, right? And this is where it's funny, guys, because the same thing's happening with Bitcoin right now. And this is, I see a lot of people saying, oh, crypto's going to continue down. And for me, it could, I don't know that. I can't tell you it's going to go down. But what I can tell you is, hey, if it breaks below this zone, I'm going to look for the next zone I think it's going to go to, or I'm pretty sure of. I can't tell you to be for sure, but the next level I'm personally looking for would be actually right here. So if it breaks below here and opens below here on a daily, let me see if I have it. Yep, so we're good. So it breaks below here on a daily and opens below here on a daily. I'm going to look for it to continue down to this level, which is the last level support. Now, if it comes to this one and breaks through this one and opens below here on a daily candle, I'm going to look for it to hit this one. But unfortunately, I guess fortunately, because we don't want to stress ourselves. we can't decide what's going to happen down here or where it's going to go down here until we get something to break down here. Until then, I mean, I'm not worried about it going down. I'm thinking, hey, it might respect here and go up. If it breaks down, that's when we can look for that. But right now, we're respecting that, and the same thing's happening with Bitcoin. I see a lot of speculation, a lot of people, oh my God, Bitcoin's going down. But guess what? We're the same level here, guys. Guess what? Here's our fibs. Guess what? Where are we? Boom. Guess what? Boom. It almost looks the exact same. 61%, 61.8. 61.8. Boom. So until ETH or Bitcoin breaks below there and opens below there on a daily, I'm bullish at the moment. But until that, I mean, I can't say, yo, it's not gonna go down. It totally could, and that's what you got to keep in mind. You just have to do your own analysis and kind of decide from there. And let me see if I can move this little thing out the way. Can I move this? Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Things in my way. All right. Wow, that just changed my life. I don't know if you guys know, it's the little recording stuff where you like mute, stop video, where you see it on Zoom. But yeah, so these are things to keep in mind, guys, especially for, you know, I know I'm here showing you guys things on a market, you know, on a graph. You gotta keep in mind this is where we find our next entries inside the exchange trading. So you gotta identify these levels. So with that being said, guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I had another call to hop on here in about 10 minutes, although I do got to do a few things before then. So hopefully you guys got some value. And if you did, go ahead and drop a like, comment, share with your friend, hit the bell. That way, next time we drop a video, you guys can check it out. If you have any questions, anything you want to see here in the future, drop it in the comments and we will go ahead, check it out, and we can make a video on it and kind of go over it in the next video. So appreciate you guys, and we will see you soon. We are out.